Joining us now is the chairman of Republicans Overseas U.K, Greg Swenson. Greg, good morning. Thank you for joining the program. You know, we talked a lot about this yesterday, saw the beginnings of this visit, the pomp and circumstance, but I wanted to ask you, just to set the stage here, there has been a lot made of this second invitation for a state visit to the U.K. What do you read into the significance to that invitation to start?
Yeah, it's a very big deal, and I think the president, as you could see in the clip from last night, the president's really enjoying this, and more importantly, it's just a symbol or a sign of a really solid relationship historically and culturally, but also in terms of defense and security, foreign direct investment, trade. I mean, there's a long list of connectivity between the two countries, and I thought this was a really good moment for that relationship.
And, you know, and the New York Times is reporting now that the closest toast that dinner got to current affairs was the King's effort to gently bring to the president's attention the need to defend Ukraine. As Tom laid out, those conversations not over likely. Where do you believe they go from here on not only that conflict, but other global conflicts as well, namely in the Middle East?
Look, I think there's plenty of time for that. They might touch on those today. I'm quite sure, though, that because this is a bilateral meeting, it's a state visit between, for the United States in the United Kingdom. I'm not sure how much they'll go into foreign policy. I know that quite sure that the Prime Minister Keir Starmer would like to, but I think they're going to start with economic partnerships, with investment, especially investment into the U.K., which I think should please Keir Starmer, who really needs a win, given the bumpy road he's experienced more recently, or in the last year since his election. So I think, look, I'm sure they'll talk about Ukraine. I'm sure they'll talk about Israel, but I don't think that will be the focus. Remember, this is a bilateral between two countries, not a multilateral or some sort of UN type of meeting. So will they touch on it? Probably, but I don't know that it will be the focus.
Well, let's pivot there. You know, you do have this multi-billion-dollar tech deal set to be signed as well, where the British government is reportedly hoping it demonstrates this strength of the transatlantic bond. What are your thoughts on the partnership, the impacts, both in the long and the short term?
Look, in the short term, the UK economy really needs a boost. They are suffering here. They've had an anemic economy really for the last 15 years, 17 years since the financial crisis. They've never really bounced back from that with real wage growth. And so I think they need a boost. So in the near term, this is great news. Some of these investments might take some time. For example, nuclear energy, that's more of a 10-year window, unless they move to the modular model, which will help them perhaps in the near term. But these are both short and long-term investments, and also short and long-term good news. It shows that the United States takes the United Kingdom quite seriously. Even though they're a smaller partner, they don't have the reach around the globe that they used to. They're still punching above their weight, and they're really critical to the United States. So I think making these investments, in spite of the president focusing since January on investing in America and building in America, he sees the UK as a significant enough partner to invest in that country.
Well, Greg Swenson, great insights this morning. Appreciate you joining the program. Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly. Good to be here.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.